A working man, as within a review, this may contain spoilers. Comment your zodiac sign. It saddens me to say this, but this movie sucked. I'm a big Jason Statham fan, and I'll continue to be a fan, but this was not it. One of the reasons I didn't like the film is because it tried so hard to be emotional that it became very sluggish in the second half of the story. Statham movies are known for their action and not so much for their emotional impact. The film is based on the book Levon's Trade by Chuck Dixon and follows Levon Cade, played by Jason Statham, who served in the British military as a Royal Marine Commando. With the military world behind him, Wade works for a family-owned construction company. When the boss's daughter gets taken by Russian human traffickers, Wade is asked to bring her home. Throughout the rest of the story, Wade searches for the daughter and little by little uncovers who the main trafficker is and the organization he's a part of. Too many things in the story didn't work for me. When Wade is piecing the puzzle pieces together, he comes across the Russian traffickers, and every time he's threatened that not only are they going to kill him, but they will also wipe out his family. Eventually, the Russian mobsters find out who he is, but don't go after Wade's daughter. There was a missed opportunity there to show how menacing the mobsters are by going after the daughter, making the story more emotional, and turning it into something more personal for Wade. There were two Russian mobsters who wore flashy clothing, and instead of us fearing them, they came across as cartoonish. The scope of the film was also a problem for me. It was too large in scope and came across as a cheap wannabe John Wick. Not only did Wade have to deal with Russian traffickers, but there was an overall group of different Russian organizations that were featured in the movie. As Wade continued to kill people, the Russians would speak of him as the new boogeyman and quickly develop a reputation of someone who should be feared. I could see this if Wade was an assassin, but then that would make it a copy of John Wick. Cade doesn't have much money, and unlike John Wick, he doesn't have money hidden away. However, Cade has a ton of expensive gadgets and numerous vehicles. Initially, we see him in an older Ford F-150 truck. When he goes searching for the kidnapped girl, we see him in a new Ram truck and riding motorcycles. So early in the story, when Wade's boss asks him to look for his daughter, he's offered $50,000. I assume that's what he's using to get the vehicles and equipment. I doubt he's renting, which makes me believe he had to purchase everything. The way the Ram truck looks spec-wise, he's blowing $50,000 on that alone. The script was co-written by Sylvester Stallone, which makes me wonder if this was ever meant for him to star in the movie. Originally, Stallone planned to adapt the story into a television series, but this was later changed to a film project. I haven't mentioned David Harbour and Michael Pena so far in this review. I hope they got paid well because they were brutally underutilized. David Harbour plays Gunny, a former American soldier who fought beside Cade in what I assume was a joint military operation. Gunny lives in the woods and is blind, but not really, and provides advice and motivational speeches to Cade. He also equips Cade with guns. Michael Pena plays Cade's boss and has very little screen time. He plays a regular father who is worried for his daughter, but nothing more than that. That's fine, but if you're going to get Michael Pena for the film, give him more to do. There's a comedian named Godfrey who has jokes on Statham movies, and one of his jokes is that Statham will always say the title of the film. If Statham is a beekeeper, he'll say, "I'm a beekeeper." If he's a transporter, he'll say, "I'm a transporter." The title was said in this movie, but it wasn't Statham who set the title. There's a scene where Statham meets with a drug dealer, and when they shake hands, the drug dealer looks at Statham and says, "You're a working man."
Look at those bricks. You ain't a cop. You're a working man.
Godfrey's joke immediately came to mind. Overall, the movie was bad, but that doesn't mean you would enjoy it, and it may be worth watching. If you stuck around this long, why not give the video a like, try it out, see if it works, subscribe, check out my other videos, leave a comment, let me know what you think of the film. See you in the next review.
Jason Statham got another movie I'll call Working Man, and he will say the title of the movie in the movie. He always does that. I'm the transporter. He's like, "So you want me to rob a bank? I guess that's a bank job. I'm a beekeeper. I keep bees." "What are you doing here?" "I'm a working man."